looks like we're a little behind half of our ship. Yep. It hold. Fuck, it is cold out today. Everything coming out good there, John? Audio wise? Alrighty. Thank you. You have fun now. Hey, Eddie. Later, Bunny. Sorry I didn't get to your question last time, Addie. I learned all this from books, a little bit of doing, as well as just a little bit of elbow grease. A couple of different places, a couple of different people. Oh, shit. Ugh. Like anything, knowing how to reference, what to look for, and then just simply doing. Finding people who know something about a little bit of everything, or somebody who knows a lot about something. Teaches a lot. So cold, you invest in like a flamethrower. Hey, Gwen. everybody is that way at the beginning. You find a dish, you find something you're good at, or at least handy at, move on to the next thing. How it goes. It's starting to rain a bit. A little bit of a cold wind. Hey, Taco. At least the shop's about almost 50 degrees. Be a good day for a beer. Might become something else after all. We'll see how it goes. Hey, it's Fringo. Yeah, Quinn, it's pretty chilly outside. Might want to wear like a long sleeve and a hoodie or something. Might actually have started something nice. We'll see. Just wish my phone would keep goddamn Pandora on. Definitely need to invest in a heat sleeve. I wouldn't mind some wine right now. Good old bottle of mead makes the cold days better. Get you prepared for the cold. fucking sulfates. Get you every time. Sorry for slapping the mic. That's why I need a better apron. Not this goal. You're out of fucking luck on that one. For me to do something like that, I'd need a lot more money a month. And a lot better health insurance. slightly different than I envisioned. Damn it. The door's moved. What's up, Rhino? File state. I don't know what that means. hardness. Ah. What's up, Joe? Just about all my usual suspects are here today. Roughly. on what was a dagger is becoming something else. I go where the steel takes me. I let the metal shape itself under my hands, so it wanted not to be a dagger, but a different kind of knife, so be it. It's one of those, I usually tell you at the beginning of when I stream a specific project, and then usually it's the same one. So if you missed the first one, you have to go back and watch it now, won't you? I might as well show you now. So we started with a dagger when I was working with Jonathan. We're slowly becoming something else. I'm not quite sure what I want yet, but it's taking an interesting shape, so we'll see where it goes. See what y'all guys had to say. Oh, Lord. Water break. Basically planishing this to straighten the spine. Little by little, it'll take gravity hammers to get that spine back to where I want it. So I'm going to heat specifically the back spine, or the back of the spine, just along that side to hopefully put most of the heat there so I can slowly put it back down straight. I like where it's going. I don't really care for that bend in it. It's just kind of like doing that. So we're going to try to bring it back straight by just slightly tapping on the blade until the spine straightens back out flat. As I've always said, or I could just grind it. I mean, that's what a lot of others do, I'd imagine. But again, as with everything I say, I always ask people to look it up themselves and figure it out. But, who knows? I mean, Quinn could also be correct. You could turn into a toothpick. Who knows? I don't have a pond to throw my failures into anymore, so they're just going to have to get reused. Cut to pieces, used for layered steel later. No telling. If you don't know, planishing is just light hammer strikes. That's how you smooth out a lot of metal. I really need to invest in some better tongs. Alright, so with just a little elbow grease, we straighten it out just a bit more. Typically, people planish things like thinner metal. Tends to help. we'll see. Takes some more nudging, but we'll get it there. Let's see how it goes. All this is just learning experience. So, who knows? Maybe it'll turn out bad, maybe it turns out good. We'll try to make it good, but if not, we'll learn from it. So, there's that. As a blacksmith with metal under my hand, I am God. I make it what I want. But I also let it be its own thing. Besides, I'm not making scimitars, or katanas, or sabers, or various other curved blades. If I was, it might be a bit different. That's why I don't beat it down. I just planish it. Small nudges in the right direction. Gooder. Kind of like how that's going. Alright, well, we gotta flip it, work on the back. I really wish I could get a coke forge going, or at least coal, so I can start to do a bit more with what I got. Work needs to be done there, but we'll get it there. Tips about in line with tang. We might have something nice. Like a, what is that name? A slight clip point going on. So, we'll see. But yeah, I think we got something nice coming along. I'm just not sure what it is yet. We'll find out in the end if it's going to be a knife or a spoon. Either a shitty knife or a great spoon. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to take a second for that to heat up. Clean the workspace. I really need to get an apprentice of some kind, or at least a helper. Start sweeping them around the shop. What are you doing, Pandora? Turn back the fuck on. Let's say you can turn off. Play. That's better. So, just showing where we got so far. I like what we got going on here. Nothing too crazy. Looks pretty simple in design. We just need to belly the blade a bit more. Maybe we could try to put a bevel on it. That'll be harder for you guys to see for sure, but it'll be nice. I think it'll turn out good. So, I'm not 100%. I could always fuck it up last minute. We'll see. We will see. Yes, the stand is wood. Yes, that used to be my buddy who ran Black Rose Forge. That was his anvil and stand. Unfortunately, due to some personal matters of his, he could no longer pursue the perfection of the steel. So he gave it to me to use for whatever. But it's a little rough to use, but it's still serviceable. For now, it'll hold the anvil up until I get a better stand for it. And that'll be some unfortunate learners' first time on an anvil of some kind. But we'll see. No, it isn't dangerous. The heat's all going up. The way that forge is made, the heat keeps itself right inside that tube. And without escaping out of either end where it's open, it doesn't go down. And with that on top of the metal, it's a bit more secure too. It'd be dangerous if someone kicked it over. Other than that, it's pretty good. It does its job, what I need it to do. All I'm doing right now is slowly tapering down the edge of the belly of the knife to kind of start to meet a nice cutting surface. And that's all that is. As soon as we start tapering it down, it'll be easier to bevel it. Yes, I know most people say vagina, but I want something like that. It's a little harder to see on camera. Like an apple seed upside down. So, once we get it there, we can probably put an edge on it after doing a normalization, a quench, and then a heat treat in the oven. And then I'll start putting an edge on it. Before I do the normalization, I'll probably start the initial beveling. So that way it's all set. I can make any corrections like small bends or blemishes that are in there after I kind of grind on it a bit. Because once you start getting that heat on there, you don't want to take out the temper that you start to put on when you have to do the heat treatment. Because that can actually lead to a catastrophic failure of your tool. And it's better I get all these small problems out of the way now before I actually put an edge on it. That will cause my bevel to pull or the metal to thicken where I want my edge to be. Not bad. Better. So, as long as the spine stays nice and thick like I want it, if the spine stays thick like I want it to, it should have a very good back for any kind of cutting motion or chopping motion. I've put the tip in line with the tang, so when it sits in your hand, if you were to thrust with it, should you need to, or if you're picking at something, it'll keep itself straighter and stronger, because all that force is going to transfer all the way from the tip to the back, instead of going down a kind of candy wampus all over the place. I'm not sure what kind of a handle I'm going to put on it yet. I've considered putting a deer horn as soon as I can contact with my hunting buddies, or if I get to go out hunting. And we'll see from there. I might experiment later on with some pole and pin. Maybe if I ever get the chance, I'll do some peening, where you take the tang, comes out the back of the material just about so, and I paint it back down with a ball peen, so that way it holds itself onto the handle material. I do like the thick spine. Thicker than a politician's spine anyway. And straighter too. again with finishing strikes to correct the spine. Nothing hard and heavy on it. We don't want to cause it to mushroom anywhere. I might use this to help me out. It's getting there. Some small little trouble spots I'm going to have to fix. Come on, get in there. The only downside of having it on top of that is small corrections like fixing a brick placement. Because right now I've got to reline it again probably. I don't think I did a good enough job lining the inside. And I definitely need to start getting some ceramic paste to put on the inside of the liner so that way it keeps in more heat, make it more efficient, so that way my propane tanks last longer. And if I ever got a coke or coal forge, it's not as necessary to have something like that on the hood, but I guess you could if you wanted. I don't see why not. But thankfully, this is not as sweat intensive as some of the other stuff could be. Don't fall. I'm really glad most of my fans are English speaking, so I don't have to try to learn absolute different lot of languages trying to tell you what I'm doing, which would be fun, but also I'd probably end up spending more time learning languages than it would be in the shop. It's a great way to spend my Saturday. Getting about eye level with it, I can watch the heat transfer throughout the blade. I can look and see trouble spots like bends, bulks, anything that starts to look like a twist by keeping my eye on it. There's some more work to be done on the blade. Once we get this middle part thinned out, we might use this as a handguard. It's a little bit, as you can tell, it's a one size thing. We can try to get it to fit. I'd rather maybe cast it, but we'll see if we can get it to fit. Not sure what we'll do with it yet. It's also slotted for another project, but we haven't had time, and I gotta get a better jig for the grinder, because I'm not too good at that yet. I'd rather not fuck up someone's commission by trying something I haven't done well yet. Got that out. Let's go back to the front. You'll have to forgive me with some of my camera work. I'm still quite the noob. More about safety for the most part than I am about how my camera is. I have to drink a lot more water, or more beer. I don't speak French, so you're on your own, Rhino. So it is a hammer, or a sword, or a gun. I mean, I don't speak Japanese, if I remember that symbol, I think. God damn it, Pandora, just play my fucking music. Just play the music. corrections over the course of the entirety of it. Now, there's more efficient methods for sure. I'd rather fuck up a few more times than kind of find them. But I do read my books from time to time. It's always good to be well read on the subjects that we work with, like music making, leatherworking, woodworking, any kind of stuff that you work with your hands, or even stuff that you have to do on a computer. It's always good to read up on it. So that way you know roughly about where you are. And this is nice and flat, finally. See one spot I need to hit. Damn it. I mean, I guess, but no, I don't really give a shit. You can eat whoever's ass you want with a spoon, but I wouldn't eat my ass. It's sweaty as shit right now. Unless you like swamp ass, Rhino. Steps forward, 6 back. Sounds about right for me. Here we go again. So, a lot of people like wearing gloves. I got in the habit of not wearing gloves. Some people wear gloves only on the hand that they hold their tongs with. Some of them don't at all. It really comes down to preference. Whether or not you keep your metal clean, scale. Like I kept getting hit by a scale. Well, one, learning languages takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I just don't have the patience right now to learn any. I mean, I learned bits and pieces of some languages. Like I know a little bit of Russian, a little bit of German, a little bit of Farsi and Dari. I know a little bit of Norwegianish. I mean, it's just different words. It really comes down to practice and dedication. I just don't have to give it right now, or a desire. So, realistically, it's not so much I don't want to, or I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. That's nice. I'm standing out in the doorway, letting the whole air wash over me. That was nice. Was nice. I think I can take a small little smoke break while this is going on. nicotine, nice little burn in the lungs. Good stuff. Yeah, if you hang out with enough people long enough that speak the language, you kind of pick up on words. You get kind of the tone, the inflection, the subtle meanings. It's like with anything, when they say one thing, that might mean another. You don't get that from like a book reading or a lot of stuff like Rosetta. It just comes down to learning it from the people who actually speak it. So if you stick around long enough, you'll pick up different shit. You'll pick up things from what I'm doing, what I'm watching, what I'm doing. But you've watched a knife get formed from a pointy, rounded piece of metal. So, I mean, all in all, if you watch me enough, you'll pick up different shit. Yeah, he took a semester of French. That's neat. My teacher said he spoke this. I mean, shit happens. We're getting to that plasticity point where the metal's really malleable. So a lot of things go cattywampus after we get to this point. The metal's not too thin. It's thin enough that it's going to give me issues later. And now, to be frank with you. So keeping it. As it is. Still a lot of heat in the blade, but not enough to actually accomplish anything. Let's see where the issue is. Turn it around again. I know a lot of blacksmiths that do this stuff on YouTube. They can make it look really easy, but that's years of practice and years of dedication. You're watching basically grounds up kind of stuff right now. Watching it come from the floor to maybe one day to the sky. But, I mean, there's a lot of good forges out there that you can watch on YouTube. A lot of good stuff you can learn from. I watch my own streams to see where I'm messing up, and then I go watch another stream to see if I can pick up something, you know. A way they hammer here, how they handle the tones there, how they're grinding, how often they heat treat, stuff like that, or how they do their whole normalization process or annealing. It's all fascinating, really. There's a lot of science behind it. Mostly metallurgy and physics, I guess. I'm not a scientist, Yeah, I got a spot that's bubbling. That's because I haven't put enough hammering time to it. It's causing me to have bends, slight kink ups, if you will, because I lay it flat. One side's too high, so when I hammer, it does that. I don't know if you can see my hand, but I was like hammering higher on one spot, causes it to bend straight up a little bit. Like I can see where it's kind of waving on me. But if you get a long blade like that, it's going to have some waves in the beginning. It'll just take time to get them out. Time I got, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Some of this is repetition and knowing how often you hit it, where, and how hard. Sometimes giving some corrective nudges. Small little corrections here and there. Every little accident is a lesson that you can learn. It's not that bad. Fuck, I'm hungry. Thought about eating before I got in the shop. But, you know, it is what it is. Damn, we've already been gone an hour and some change. Nice. My brother, my friend Joe, from Black Rose Forge, formerly Black Rose Forge, he's making sushi, so I get to try that today. It ought to be interesting. I've never had sushi before. We'll see. He's a really good cook, so I trust his sushi like store-bought sushi. We'll see. We'll see. Usually it's an excuse for us to go drinking. Whenever we get together, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. But drinking is drinking. Please correcting. Of course. Like, I'm sure I'll learn some weird stuff and techniques of my own that I can apply. A couple of failed pieces actually embedded in the stump to help keep this in line. I'm gonna chain it down, honestly. I just need to get some time and drill some holes and bolt them in place to hold this nice and taut, so that way it stays where it's supposed to, instead of hopping around. That's just an accident waiting to happen. I'd hate for 136 pounds to fall at my feet. Welcome back, Boney. It's going all right. We've only been hammering for a little over an hour. It's not bad. It's probably one of the longer streams. So I could, if other people want to go and stream themselves and listen to music like Jokers or listen to political commentaries and whatnot, I'll be here. That's how it goes. Quit again. Okay. Music, but at least I have some ear pro in to protect my hearing a bit. But we'll get to have some beer later and sushi and see how that goes. And practice some more of the stuff and maybe read a couple more books and see what I can do to improve. But if you want to help the shop or the forge in general, my Streamlabs is in the description. Not Streamlabs, but Subscribestar. You can watch the goals, new tools, help me probably get the shop a bit bigger. I'll be working on that. Hopefully this year once tax returns come in. So, shop should be moving into what will become a garage. So many garage forges nowadays, but I can use the bigger space to allow me to increase my tools in size and scale. That will help a bit. Every little thing helps. None of it will help me on its own. Like this forge is borrowed, I'll eventually return it. So I gotta buy another forge before too long. And that'll come when finances allow. But as we grow, the stream quality obviously gets better because I'll have to warrant having all these tools for people who either helped or supported me. So even if it's just coming and checking it out for a few minutes, I appreciate it. I mean, I don't get paid by YouTube. Besides, I heard they're assholes. That's right, YouTube. Called you out. I'll probably strike on my channel before I know it. But, yeah. So, feel free to help out or don't. It's all good. Like I said, all of it helps, but none of it will make me better on its own. Because new tools means new skills means more practice. One thing I've ever learned from doing anything: practice makes perfect. So, what we have here so far is what I would call probably a line measure. About there to the tip, maybe about 8 inches or more. The blade itself might be over a foot by a few inches, maybe about 4 inches over, given the handle size. I don't know if I'll make it with my own. I've always been superstitious about making my own knives, my own tools. Don't know, just a gut feeling. I always feel I make them better for others than I would myself, because I want to be perfectionist with other people, and me it's just like, nah. If it works, it works. That's just how I am. Bit of a wobble in the tang, that can be fixed. That ain't no biggie. Blade's looking better. So go ahead and give y'all a better look at it. Eventually, I wouldn't mind having the camera right over there or above me looking down so you guys can watch it a bit more real time. I'm worried in this shop though that it'll be too low and you guys will see me hit my camera more than I will the metal. So what we got here is this. Nothing too crazy, you know. It's coming along. It's bending a bit to the right or left, depending on how you're holding it. Some bits to the left. Once we get where we need to be with it, it'll be a little bit better. Again, there's high spots. Causing the hammer to help me bend it into one with a spoon and a knife. So there's that. Ah, fuck, I'm hungry. How's my battery doing? That's about 75%. No, I won't be pounding that shit, buddy, because I'm at the point where I need more finesse than I do power behind it. It's more those small adjustments. I'm sure I could pound it into shape, but getting it right where I need that power, but I need finesse, just to get it right where it needs to be. And then, if there's any need of a power stroke, we'll go. So, it is what it is. But yeah, that's where we're about at. About a minute and 20. It is what it is. I'm hoping to make a sign fabricated before too long so I can put it out in front of my house. Because that's where my shop is. I mean, it's no secret. I'm a pretty public figure, I guess. I figure I might as well do that. I've already had people look for the shop, didn't see a shop, and left. It's funny. I can see that kind of analytic with my Google business page. How many people have looked for directions for my shop, only to not find it. It's good stuff. Keep it about level as I can. That's all there is to it, really. Just small corrections. Just a little bit of everything. As Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents. With this, as long as I use finesse and skill, those little happy accidents become not so bad. Let's see. Let's see. Everything in time. Everything in its time. Just checking the flatness so we don't have no huge issues. So, for now, I'm just going to go ahead and let it rest and come back at it later, more renewed than what I am right now. Right now, I'm just doing minor corrections, and I'm not making as much progress when I'm looking at it now than I was about an hour ago. So we're going to look at it with some renewed eyes and vigor, maybe after I eat. So maybe we do 2 streams today. Don't bank on that. Don't bank on that. But we'll see. Well, ladies and germs, it has been fun thirsty. Let you guys see what I'm doing in the shop, playing with fire and metal. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Like I said, if you want to help, feel free. If not, oh well. And we'll catch you in the next stream. This is Stalvin from Stalvin's Forge, signing out.